Red.
Welcome back to Redacted Party Chat. Case file number 12. I will be your host. Joined today by... Who do I like more today? Platinum Assassin, how you doing, brother?
I am so tired.
You look tired.
If I look uninterested, it's because I am. No, my body's giving up on me. So, my mouth is still working though.
Heyo.
I'm okay.
Also joining me, the man, the myth, the Marine, Adrian, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm firmly in the same boat Vaughn is. I mean, I'm here though. I'm ready. I'm pumped. But if I just black out, face down, just leave me. Don't even yell for me. Just let me rest.
Dude,
how are you doing today?
I'm pretty good, man. Work has been so brutal with the meetings. They're like, hey, we're having a meeting about our meetings, so don't miss the meeting. Coming up in the meeting.
Right, I know you guys had a meeting yesterday, and then they had the shop meeting today, and they ain't talking about nothing. They ain't talking about a damn thing. They told me to download an HVAC podcast. Never download an HVAC podcast. Listen to our podcast. That's absurd, Paul. It's absurd. I don't want to talk about furnaces on the way to work.
Unless you like HVAC podcasts, then we are that, and you should still listen to us.
Yeah, you can hear us. We'll complain about it all day if you'd like.
If you don't like that kind of podcast, we're not that podcast.
Dude, we had a meeting Tuesday morning, Thursday morning, and Friday morning. I'm like, take it, dude. Leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
At least you guys are under the illusion that you might not have one. I have a calendar, and I see when meetings are going to happen, so they're just sitting there with the timer counting down.
Oh yeah, they didn't tell us about this one until today. I just walked in and it was just like on the front desk. I'm like, I guess I'm technically supposed to be here by this time anyway. So, but like. Yeah. Fucking give me a heads up, dude.
I guess there was a picture up by the time card or something, but
no one reads that stuff. Like,
dude, there's so much stuff all around. It's like, oh, this one little one.
Right. In any office space ever, nobody looks at those boards. I'm sorry, but no one does. Just ever. No one has ever done it in any workspace ever. No one's ever been like, I can't wait to go out to the bulletin board and see what random bullshit they put up there. Like, no one reads that. It's just white noise in the background.
Check out our socials. Bottom, put it up in the bottom right corner. QR code. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. We did a live stream of Dead Space. Absolutely awesome. Adrian got possessed by the board.
The board cut his mic multiple times.
Yeah, I don't know why I stuck with that. I do because I just didn't want to mess with anything.
I mean, you were already so deep in, it was whatever.
Right. Well, I'd already had. I had all I had to do to fix all of the the mic issues essentially was just plug this fucking mic in. The USB was right there. I could have done that at any point.
Like that.
I have no my mind was like because we went through all the setup of me trying to get all this stuff ready. So there's I had myself in this whole frenzy of thinking that there was just so much crazy stuff going on, but in reality, all I had to do was because my headset doesn't use. I thought I had to have the headset plugged in the PlayStation. I didn't realize, my headset was plugged in my laptop. So it's like, oh wait, I don't need this. I could have just kept pretty much the same setup I had the whole time. Like, oh, okay.
Dude,
so next time,
man.
Yeah.
We'll blame stress on this nervous system.
We'll blame it. We'll blame it on the marker. Yeah.
Yeah, the marker's gonna get me.
We'll blame it on the marker. Temporary madness. Next time, I will be using this setup, so we should not have any of those issues.
Yeah. So I mean, let's get right into it. So I kind of want to do this in the same way we did the game of the year, where like go backwards from your number 5 most anticipated, and then Vaughn will go, Adrian, blah blah blah, and we'll kind of go around until you get to your number 1. But yeah, so we're doing our most anticipated for 2026. As far as we know right now, I mean, some of these games have general windows. I'm sure there's gonna be tons of stuff that we have no idea that's coming out. That's gonna just drop out of nowhere. But let's start with number 5 from Vaughn. What is your number 5 most anticipated game for 2026?
Oh boy, I didn't order these, but if I had to go with a number 5, probably Romeo's a Dead Man. That's that Suda51 game.
Yeah.
We don't know much about it. They kind of showed a trailer or two. I think they've only showed trailers at major game shows, so I haven't really looked into what it's about or anything like that. But it gives me big No More Heroes vibes, and those games were just quirky and weird. So I'm all in on that one.
I was really excited seeing that one. I hadn't seen anything about it before, so that was the first time I was seeing it. And I was like, "Oh, this game looks super fun."
It's like a kind of like a hack and slash kind of combo game, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. I remember during the it was the video game awards. Like, oh god, Brandon, he's turning into a werewolf. Cool. Yeah. Suda51. I never really got into any of their games. No More Heroes always look pretty cool. But yeah, not for any particular reason. I just never really played them, but I've always only heard good stuff about them. Just very unique style, it seems.
It's borderline stupidity in terms of like the quirkiness of that game. It's really you either like it or you don't. There's no middle ground. It's so polarizing that you'll get attached to it right away and want to finish it, or it'll be so garbage in your mind and you give up on it. It's really hard to go through a Suda51 game only half liking it.
Yeah,
gotcha.
I do love his very unique just humor that he has in a lot of his games. So I enjoy it.
Is Lost in the Damned? Is that Suda51?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
You mean Shadows of the Damned? Yeah.
What did I just say?
Lost in the Damned.
Lost in the Damned.
Oh, was that the Grand Theft Auto DLC?
Yeah.
What talking about.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I was wondering where I was from. I was like, I've heard that.
What is that? Cool. Yeah. Adrian, how about you?
I guess number 5 in terms of games I will actually play, because I wrote down a bunch, and I guess Warhammer Survivors.
I saw that.
I am obscenely pumped for that game. Yeah, that's really it. It's like Vampire Survivors. I find those games highly addicting. It has everything I'm looking for. Little secrets here and there. RNG, because I just love to be at the complete mercy of the game. And I mean, it's got Warhammer, and there's something that I love about those games of finally getting like all these really good builds, like making your character into just this crazy god being by the end of the run. And now I can imagine that with just Warhammer related stuff. So instead of like holy water and daggers, I'll be firing missiles and plasma guns and lightning and virus bombs and whatever else crazy Warhammer stuff you want to bring through.
You're gonna be cooked on that one. That is super.
I have Vampire Survivors and have completed it on my PlayStation, my phone, and my computer. I just love those. I just love those games. I just find them very addicting, very fun, just satisfying, mindless.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll definitely be one of those. It'll just like my chill, relax, and turn my brain off for a minute. Nice little comfy game.
Nice. Real quick, I want to throw a caveat out there. Did you guys have more than 5 games?
I had more than 5. I was going to go through a list of what I'm excited for. So I'm mentally trying to order them in terms of.
Well, let's not put pressure on the top 5 then, because I have more than 5. I just segregated them.
I was pretty much just going to throw whatever, when you said that, I was just going to throw them into like an honorable mention.
That's how I kind of did mine too.
So if we wanted to do the top 5, that'd be fine. But I don't make no difference to me.
Okay. So my number 5, or however we're doing this, Lords of the Fallen 2. That game is really on my mind, man. That looks so good. It looks so good. I almost feel like there's, like, I don't want to say no hype, but Lords of the Fallen seems to have a community of if you know, you know. And I'm kind of just starting to creep over. I'm like, hey, this party looks kind of fun over here, guys. Kind of situation. Dude, if I was rewatching the trailer, I don't know. It seems to be a mechanic of some kind, which looks just so sick. But maybe 4 times in the trailer, he sidesteps and then attacks, and it does like almost a execution animation. So like, there's one where he sidesteps and the tentacle comes and grabs the tentacle and like starts slamming the monster. He sidesteps and hooks a scythe in him and like cuts their body in half or whatever. Sidesteps the dragon, stabs it in the eye. Dude, if that has Bloodborne sidesteps with effectively God of War or whatever, like connection mechanics in it, oh dude, I'm gonna be absolutely sauteed on that game.
I wonder if it's a grapple.
Oh my god, such a sucker for that, and it looks good.
I just started playing 1, so that might be on my, because I was having a lot of fun playing the first one, dude, and I've only been playing for like an hour, 2 hours maybe. So I definitely want to play it some more. So it's like it might have its hooks in me. So that might be on my list coming up here soon. But I just got no frame of reference for it right now.
Yeah, and I mean those devs, man, they just are normal, and they just do what their fans want, and they don't care about anything extra. It's just like, hey, our fans said they want this, we'll just do that, and it shows because the game looks sick. I mean, no extras, and they even just put out another huge update maybe a few weeks ago whenever the VGAs were happening, and did like a whole new rework, added a whole new difficulty mode and all this extra stuff and new armors and weapons. It's like, just I'm always going to be a sucker. I mean, not like I'm unique in this, but devs that really, really, like, I can feel your love, truly feel your love. You're not trying to, oh, this game sold good, move on to the sequel, let's blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, we're going to keep making this game even better while making the second one. Kind of like Path of Exile, grinding your games. It's like, they're still working on 1 while making 2 awesome. But yeah, that was definitely on there. Vaughn, go ahead. Your next one.
If we're not prioritizing anymore, the next one I would go with is Pragmata. Capcom banger that's been just sitting in limbo for the longest time. And
2020.
Long time. Delayed, and then not canceled, but delayed indefinitely, and then brought back. So it's nice to see this unique take on a third-person shooter, and coming from Capcom, especially based on their track record lately, I'm very confident. In addition to playing the demo on the Steam Deck, it was fun. I'm really excited for them to put that demo out on console so I can see it in a resolution that isn't dookie cheeks, because it wasn't optimized for the Steam Deck, so I had to lower the quality and lower some of the effects and whatnot just to get it to play. It still looked okay. Like, the RE engine's pretty scalable, but there were some muddy textures and polygons that looked a little rough. So when they finally put it on a console, I will definitely play it again. And I'm already all the way in on it, but I know that that console demo is really going to solidify my excitement for it. I know I talked about it on a previous episode, but it's nice to play something from Capcom that doesn't feel like a Capcom game. The controls feel really good. I guess the fluidity of the character movement is very Capcom. So that's the most familiar I'd say it is. But the environments that you're exploring, the mechanics that they're introducing is just something I've never seen Capcom do, or any game do, really. It's like mixing a puzzle game with a shooter. And I know I'm not really big on overwhelming mechanics happening all at one time, but this is just enough of things going on and things to juggle that it's unique. It feels really good. Like, and no, go ahead.
No, to say I hope that it goes really well. Obviously, just I always hope that games are fun and go well. That way, we have more games to play. But I would I completely agree with like what you're saying. With it looking different, I hope this spurs them to do more. I don't really know when it happened, but there's a lot of big studios that kind of fell into a groove and then kept to it. But the messed up part is they have the most resources and talent to do different stuff. So it was always disheartening seeing big studios with damn near unlimited resources and tons of talent kind of squander it by doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's like, yeah, it's awesome that you have perfected this, I guess genre almost, or whatever you want to call it, this feel of a game, but try something different. Try something new. You guys were one of the companies that put gaming on the map. You were trailblazers at one point in time, putting out games, doing things that most people had not seen be done before. Why not keep, bring that back? Give me something new.
And I think we're more affected by it because we know it's the RE engine. So we see the similarities between the games that they're using it on, whereas normies just see a different title and they're like, oh, this is something completely different. So you kind of get used to, or maybe a little loaded statement, stagnant on the games that they're putting out because it's the RE engine. It's very versatile, and the characters kind of have that same smoothness, the same hair layout, stuff like that. But this felt cool. The mechanics felt fun. Like, you don't do really any damage to these enemies unless you funnel this almost computer chip flow, like the BioShock pipe minigame. You're doing it on the fly, and the game's not paused, so you're still like needing to move around so that they don't hit you, and you're making a decision like, oh, if I'm going to get hit in the next couple seconds, do I have enough time to make this flow go through these specific squares to do more damage, or do I only want to do 2 of the 3 and then be able to do at least some damage to them? So it's a balancing act with what you want to do, and there's different weapons, so using different weapons changes what you're seeing on the puzzle portion. So there's a lot going on, but not enough to feel like you're screwing up all the time.
Yeah, that game, when it kind of went on its hiatus, I kind of was getting the vibe of like, remember that game Deep Down that never came out from Capcom? It was like a dungeon crawler kind of Dark Soulsy looking thing.
Yeah.
I was like, man. But the fact that it stuck around, I mean, obviously they see something in it, because, I mean, it does truly look unique. And even hearing you say it has that, which, of course, it has that Capcom fluidity. I think they have, it's like them and Naughty Dog, best animations in games, flat out. Like, the fluidity of those animations are dude's evil math. So, like, that sounds really, really cool, man. Like, solving a BioShock puzzle, which I have a weird addiction to in BioShock. That is such a fun puzzle. I don't know why, and I hate puzzles, but that on top of Capcom action going on top of it sounds, it's hard to kind of like wrap my mind around, honestly. Like, the late game in that's probably nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Especially because the level design in the demo, there's no spoilers in this because it's the demo. It's like a small isolated portion with a boss fight that probably isn't actually in that spot in the demo, because they let you play a couple segments and then fast forward you to said boss. So there's stuff in between that you're not getting, but each area is semi-open, and by open I mean just it's not a hallway, it's expanded, but you can kind of go around and find collectibles in spots that you didn't think you could get to, but you maybe get higher and you can hover down to it, or you raise something up that now gives you access to stuff that you could see from one side of the level that you didn't think you could get to before. So that's the part that adds to kind of stuff that Capcom doesn't normally do. It's usually down a hallway and you see a door that you can't open, so you have to get a key to just go in there and get it anyway. Whereas this is you're kind of solving a puzzle not only in the combat but also in the level design. So I'm excited to explore that.
Yeah, the main character, the guy, I don't know why. I mean, he looks like a Vanquish character.
I was just gonna say the Vanquish. Yeah,
the game gives me Vanquish vibes, even though it doesn't play like Vanquish, but it reminds me of it.
Vanquish needs a remaster because that is Bayonetta in male form on crack.
That game is wild.
I bought I think they were PS4 remasters that came out. I bought that and Bayonetta. So if you want to play those, Adrian, I got both of those. I just buy games. And anyway, so what's your next game for 2026, Adrian?
My next game for 2026, sticking to my theme, Bolt Gun 2.
Oh, yeah.
Bolt Gun 2, baby.
Yeah.
I'm ready for this. They let you be a sister of battle, and I'm all for it. Some people are being fucking weird about it, and I just don't. I don't care. I don't care at all. Playing as a chick, it's like, yes, the Sisters of Battle rock. They're absolutely awesome. They're insane fanatics of the Emperor, and they will absolutely eviscerate a human being in a heartbeat.
In like many the Emperor groupies, is that what they are?
Pretty much, like the sisters. The sisters are pretty much just kick-ass nuns, and they don't fuck around.
That's crazy.
Cool. They're just like they're damn near more likely to kill you over some shit. Like between them and Space Marines, like if you read Warhammer into Warhammer, it's like there are certain people that can just off you, depending on who or what they are. Like, and Astartes can just kill you if you disrespect him or the Emperor, and they make that very clear to people all the time, where it's like a high-ranking general is like, fuck you guys, you are assholes. And he's like, listen, I'm going to say this real clear to you, just so you know, you do good work. Human, I will rip your spine out. And it's like, the sisters are the same thing, and they're like, this Emperor-damned planet, and she's like, I'm going to let that one slide, but I promise you, you do it again, I will light your ass on fire.
Are they... So, like, even when I was just watching you play Bolt Gun 1, they're like, boom. But are you a Space Marine in that?
In Bolt Gun 1, you are.
You're a Space Marine. Are the sisters more, like, agile?
The sisters, well, no one's more agile than a Space Marine. That's like... So they're gonna play it like Bolt Gun 2, Bolt Gun 1. They're not gonna they're gonna change up the abilities a little bit, but they're not gonna I don't think they're gonna make like a whole different play style, because it just is what it is. They're gonna keep the general feel, but
yeah.
And I mean, they can even do stuff like saying they got like empowered by the Emperor, because of all the people that get empowered by the Emperor, the Sisters of Battle tend to be the most likely. Like, there's like a Saint Celestine who is just like a straight up angel, and randomly, like, she was killed and she just keeps coming back. So like randomly a sister will just become Saint Celestine, or Saint Celestine will materialize. So there's still like, there's elements of it that can make you feel godlike, but yeah, I appreciate them not doing what they did in Space Marine, where it's like, it wouldn't be right in Bolt Gun 2 if the Sister of Battle was like shoulder checking people to death, because that's in Space Marine. In Bolt Gun 1, L1 is literally just a charge, and you blow up anybody that you hit. Because in real life, if a 800-pound man that could run at like 40 miles an hour just decided to ram you as a human being, it would be like an instantaneous car accident happening, and you're not in a car. So it wouldn't make sense for a Sister of Battle to be that way. But Space Marines are fundamentally broken, so it's like, yeah, they're not more agile, because in the lore it's like you can't really see them move. Like you can see them move, but it's like in a blink of an eye, one will cross like 50 yards and cut you in half. So, yeah. And yeah, they move like their sword swings are supposed to be like faster than a regular person's eye can track. So a Sister of Battle is very much a normal human, but they're incredibly vigorously trained, super emperor fanatical, bad nuns. And I'm here for that. So I don't understand what anybody that's complaining can get over yourself.
There's maybe it's just a me thing. I don't know. If you had like a terrifying dude and a terrifying chick, there's something about a terrifying chick that is just a little extra terrifying. I don't know why. Like,
oh no, they're
like,
straight up psychotic.
Yeah, like that's always scary in movies. Like a scary ghost chick is always scarier to me than a scary guy.
Look at it this way: like there are like Space Marine chapters that are part of that. I don't want to say they're part of the Imperial cult, but like there are. Because the Imperial cult's just like the religion. The Emperor didn't want to be worshipped as a god. People worshipped him anyway because, I mean, for all definitions, the dude was a god. And he didn't like it. The Sisters of Battle worship him like a god. So it's like you'll run into a Space Marine that's like, yeah, the Emperor was pretty cool, but like, he's not a god. And that's where it's like you're saying it's scarier because it's like they're rational about it. The Sisters really for the most part aren't. They're not playing that shit.
Yeah.
That's the difference between like I will kill you because it makes sense and it's good for the mission, and then I will kill you because I'm a fanatic and you said something that has upset me. And it's like, oh, I can relate to the 8-foot tall demi-human person with the brain of a supercomputer. You are like, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Cool. This next one, it technically would have been my number 5 just because it could either go really good or not. It's a little up in the air, but Blood of the Dawnwalker, the new game from the core team that left CD Projekt Red. I think they left like mid Cyberpunk development, and it's basically just for lack of a better word, a cool vampire game. Because I don't know what's happened in the last however many years, but me personally, I'm just not into like the cool hot vampire. It's like that's to me personally kind of lame. Like I like the kind of Dracula, big castle. He's basically a demon in front of you, like Nosferatu kind of thing. I can get behind like they drink blood and become more young looking, but
well, there was also like the element of like vampires essentially putting you under a spell just by being in their presence. So like,
right,
that's why you see it in a lot of movies. It's like even in Castlevania, it's like this is my true form, and it's like, oh, you're horrifying. You're just
I think that's so much more interesting. Like in Nosferatu, for example, like he is hideous, yet when he's around her, she's drawn to him because of clearly dark magic. It ain't because he's Robert Pattinson. It's like, oh, that guy's clearly handsome. Like, but yeah, outside of all that, like, dude, the trailer is just so sick. Like, it's like that deep, dark, like European kind of creepy Transylvanian vibe. There's like a Mongolian vampire in the group. They're all like bald, kind of like a Blade or 30 Days of Night kind of vampires, like those super scary ones.
Mm-hmm.
And
have you ever seen The Strain real quick? Sorry, off topic. Have you seen The Strain?
I watched the first episode. That did look really cool. Is it good?
Yeah. If just because you're talking about vampire stuff, if you want good, scary vampires, and it's like an interesting twist on it, watch The Strain. I'd recommend that to anybody that it's into vampires and wants an actual scary vampires with some stakes. Watch it.
Yeah. That's Guillermo, right?
Yeah.
Is it done? Like, did it finish?
I believe it's finished. Yeah, I believe it's. I haven't watched it in a long time. I know it went on hiatus for a while, so I haven't watched it since then. But
man, Guillermo been breaking my heart, man. That dude has so many cool projects that just start or don't finish, or hey, this was almost happening and then doesn't.
Dude, he did that. He did his Cabinet of Curiosities things on Netflix, and I don't know if he's still doing that. But
I don't know.
But sorry.
He had a Mountains of Madness movie, Hellboy, but yeah. But so like the gimmick with this game is that, and I'm really interested to see how this plays out. And this is why I'm saying it could either go really good or really bad. You effectively have 30 days to save your family, but it's a full-blown open-world Witcher game. By day, you're a sword-fighting dude. By night, you're a vampire, because you're like a day walker or whatever. You know, you're half vampire, half whatever. You're like Blade. So, at least in the gameplay they've shown, it's like, okay, you approach the cathedral during the day, and you're talking to the priest, and you're like doing almost Witcher-esque investigation. But if you go in by night and infiltrate, you see them doing like, oh, he's actually the head vampire of this city block, and they're doing blood rituals and all that crazy stuff. So it has like all these different kind of outcomes that each playthrough. That's what's interesting. It's an open world game that is designed for you to replay over and over because it's on that tight time limit. Mm. But yeah, I mean, it looks really good. It's got such a Witcher 3 vibe. It's ridiculous. Like the music and everything. It's just so Witcher. Like even the combat looks like an evolved version of Witcher, but it looks really good. I hope it's great. And I'm interested in, just because the studio is called Rebel Wolves. And it's the people that left during Cyberpunk. I swear to God, it's not that. It's the people that left.
It's too convenient.
Yeah, I swear to God,
it's not it.
It's more the rebel part. They are the ones that left during Cyberpunk, and then Cyberpunk crashed and burned, and it's like now this game's coming out and just looks so Witcher, and then they're doing this new twist on an open world. It's like, are you guys the actual core Cyberpunk or like core CD Projekt team? You know, were you the actual heart? So definitely interested to see how that game plays out. I should have called them Rebel Penguins or something else. That is kind of diabolical. And when we're talking about God of War, I'm like, the best execution is the werewolf one. I'm like, dang, dude. But it really is.
I let it slide because
it's got your hooks in you deep. Like I wish I was as passionate about.
Dude, it had nothing to do with the werewolf on that. It was just the gore.
Brandon, like, I don't think you know. I don't think you know the difference. I think you're saying that, but I don't think you really know.
The first stage is acceptance.
He doesn't do anybody as dirty as he does them wolves in those games. I'll stand by it. But yeah, that game looks cool. How about you, Vaughn? What's your next one?
Another one that kind of has grown on me is 007 First Light. It did just recently get delayed, but I've always been a big fan of James Bond. I was super obsessed when I was in Catholic school with two other buddies of mine, because that was the Pierce Brosnan era. So they were pumping those out pretty consistently. But I got real obsessed with that whole series as a whole. And that was also the GameCube era. So you had like Nightfire coming out, and all those games had the local co-op. So you could, or not co-op, but local multiplayer. So we would just, for hours on end, do split screen and just throw odd jobs, hat at each other, snipe from across the thing, and lose our fucking minds. But it's nice to see this brand taken on by someone other than EA and Activision, because during that era it was EA, and then it kind of died out, and then Activision took hold of it, and Activision does Activision stuff and kind of ran it into the ground. So it died out for a while. I know GoldenEye had a remaster, and then they put it out on Switch's Virtual Console. So having it in the hands of Hitman, which is, I don't think anyone else could handle this franchise as well. I guess maybe Naughty Dog could do a cool third-person shooter James Bond, but I feel like it fits more with the Hitman devs. So to see like a mixture of Hitman and Uncharted is super intriguing to me.
It's a perfect fit.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect fit. Like, I honestly have seen little to nothing on this game. I skimmed until I saw him use his watch as a laser, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all I needed. That's all I needed. This is the type of James Bond I'm into, man. Like, basically Inspector Gadget, the spy.
Oh, yeah.
And if
What
they,
was that? Oh, sorry, go on. Nope, go on.
I was going to say, if they incorporate some of the Hitman live service type stuff, where it's like Q is giving you assassination targets, and you're like, okay, it's my job, I got to go do it, and then it has a whole level built out, similar to how the main game is. You got me. Like, I'm going to do every single one.
Got me. I actually, it's funny that you say that. I don't know how I never connected these dots. Hitman kind of became the structure of Metal Gear Solid 5 to a degree. Like, if Metal Gear Solid 5 were to go live service, it's like, I think Hitman has like the perfect structure for like it, like almost for like all video games to a degree. Hey, log in and assassinate Conor McGregor. Like, okay, are you kidding me?
And it helps
that crazy.
It helps that character doesn't really need a backstory for any given mission, so you can just build a level and then plop him in there, and it works. So there's not a lot of narrative other than the interaction between the NPCs that you have to deal with. Like, you don't have to have him explain anything. It's just, you got to go do this. You got to go kill this guy, get it done, and then come back.
He's not going to ask any questions. He doesn't care. It's like it's
matter.
literally part of his job to be able to drop into any scenario and make it work, blend in, and make it happen.
But if they do that, but also add in some James Bond type like quips and some narrative, I'll be additionally impressed, because I don't think you can really do that with that character and not have some sort of narrative hook. Like, is it gonna be completely isolated from the main story? Is it gonna take place in between missions? Is it gonna, because you kind of ruin it if something happens at the end of this game and then you're having additional missions with James Bond doing stuff. Like, is it gonna just be another day for him? Like, I guess I'm more interested in, if they go that route, what's the format going to be?
Yeah,
I mean,
James Bond is, real quick, James Bond is one of those characters where it's like he needs to win no matter what. Another day. It's just another day. Like, can you imagine they put out Sean Connery skins and Daniel Craig skins and whatnot? That'd be sick.
Because in the movies, I was just saying, like in the movies and even in the games, whatever medium that James Bond is in, it's like he is an established, like he's James Bond, he's 007. Like he kicks ass and takes names. Like even your first introduction to the character, at least I think so. I can't off the top of my head remember what happened in the first movies, but it's like the whole thing starts off with him they already know who he is. There is no origin story of James Bond. It's, I'm a fucking James Bond, I kick ass. So it's like the idea that he's just always kicking ass is like, they could just throw a mission out there and it doesn't have to be part of it, because that is, according to everything I know about James Bond, he's just always doing some super awesome cool spy stuff and bagging ladies and drinking martinis and playing in casinos and doing whatever, jet skiing. He's just always doing cool stuff. So it's like, yeah, you could give me a mission and it's like, yeah, we're skydiving in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle, and then I'm gonna dive deep into a cavern. It's like, yeah, you probably
a werewolf in half.
Right. You would probably do something like that, James.
Isn't that what this game is? The origin story of how he becomes 007?
Of this 007 agent, yeah, because that's kind of,
it's like 007's a mantle, right?
It's it's just a title.
Yeah, a title.
Yeah.
What was that James Bond game from Russia with Love? Is that what it was called? From PS2. Dude, I used to play the mess out of that game. Was that EA?
I'd have to look that up. It feels like an EA game.
I think so too, because I feel like it was actually quality. It had a super sick cover art. That game was cool. Love that game.
It was EA, yeah, EA Redwood.
That's when EA was doing like the Lord of the Rings games, and EA Games challenged everything when they were good.
Oh God, how the mighty have fallen. They released a ton of James Bond games in that like window of time. They're just coming out left and right, and they were for all different consoles. They were all a lot of them were super different than each other. They're just having fun with James Bond.
Shout out to EA. Can you imagine being good and then you just choose to not be good anymore for a long time? You're just like, wow, I'm the best, and then you're just like, I don't want to be good no more. Like, who? Like, something's wrong with you. Yeah, just I don't want to be good anymore. I actually want people to not like me.
People are actively telling you how to be good again, and you're like, no, I'm really not interested in any of that.
So that was Vaughn. Adrian, what's your next Warhammer game? I mean, what's your next game for 2026?
Well, Brandon, I wanted to lead by example. Some of us are okay with admitting we have a fucking problem. My next game is Dawn of War 4 Warhammer, baby.
Is that the Total War one?
Yes.
Dude, that was on my list too, dude. God.
Some of us are willing to admit we have a problem, and I have a problem.
That one's gonna be special. I don't blame you.
Much. So Dawn of War, the original, the RTS, was what got me into Warhammer. That real-time strategy is what got me into Warhammer. I was playing Warhammer 2 in the hospital while Kayla was pregnant. Warhammer 3 was bad. Dawn of War 3 was bad. I gotta say that. That is unfortunate. There's a whole mess of things behind that. I don't know how they fumbled the bag that hard, but we're back, baby. Dawn of War 4 is going to be sick. I'm super ready for it. I'm super ready to get my ass absolutely handed to me by people online. I'm at the head of my guild in Warhammer Tacticus for my phone. So, me and the boys talking about playing Dawn of War together. So I'm all in, baby. You're Warhammer. Let's go.
Are you going PC or console?
I think that one's only on PC for now. Right now, I think the release said it's only PC.
No, that's coming to PS5.
Oh, then I'll get it on PS5 because optimizing that to not melt. I have a gaming laptop, dude. And it is good. It's rock solid, but it's like Total War is known as like a PC killer. Well, Total War. Yeah, Total War. Dawn of War has always been smaller scale. And this one is supposed to be scaled up to like Total War size. So that is, my PC. I don't want to risk buying it and then my PC can't handle it. So I might as well just buy it on PlayStation, and then it might not be the most efficient hotkey having friggin' second keyboard way to play, but that's fine with me. I'm here for the vibes, baby. I'm here for the vibes, dude. And the Emperor. So.
The Emperor. Dude, even just the snippets of gameplay they've shown, like, dude, the graphics are insane on that game. It does look like PCs are just sweating right now looking at that.
They've always been pretty good. Like, even all the way back to Dawn of War 1 for the time. Like, if you look at it now, it's nothing impressive. But they are, like, even, because looking at them or Total War, it's like the level of detail is immaculate. And even like they have like say you have a big clash, it's like all those individual units are individual units. You'll see them doing like finishers to each other and stuff. Like, you send like a squad of like 30 Space Marines against a bunch of orcs, and it's like any given individual one of those might like impale him up on his sword and start to chainsaw him in half, or something like that. So it's like cool. Shoot him in his knee and he falls to his knee, and then they shoot him. It's like any individual one of them might do some kind of crazy animation like that. So
that game is about to be so good, dude.
Oh
my God.
Yeah, and they've been doing that since original Dawn of War. So yeah, they have always been. They'll put your PC through the paces, and I'd rather just put my PS5 through the paces, and that way, at least, even if it's not as crazy, amazing looking, it's like I want a stable experience. Yeah, I want a stable experience. I want to be able to enjoy it. I don't feel like fighting and optimizing mine, or the worst case scenario, just having to come to terms with the fact that this is just not the little laptop that could, and it just can't. Like, that would really suck. So I'd rather go for stability. I know it works, and I just get to play as the Blood Angels stealing more people's shit, dude. Sorry. It's funny if it's a lore thing. The Blood Angels, sons of Sanguinius, most beloved of all the Emperor's sons, they're known for stealing people's shit. They just steal your shit. They'll just show up to like a battlefield or a planet and like their armory's full of other people's stuff.
Like as a third party.
Yeah, like it's like so like the Space Wolves, like
crazy.
say the Space Wolves are like, yo, we need help, and the Blood Angels are like, we got you, dog, and they show up. Those motherfuckers will leave with some of their tanks, or an artifact or something. It's like they just take shit. They just steal people's shit sometimes, and then they just leave. Oh, no, just so many factions are so hilarious, but like sometimes it's taken more serious in like the novels, like people actually get pissed at them, but it's just like as the fans, we're like, dude, they always steal somebody's shit. They always leave with I'm leaving here with something every time. every single time, bro. They're leaving with somebody's ships, and they like a lot of times, sometimes they won't even, color them. They're just like they're still blue. As like, the Space Wolves color. Just like
I took your stuff.
I took your shit. It's mine now. I love them.
I had seen that like it's just like a long time coming for this one too. Like this is the one the fans deep down have been like, dude, you have got to do Warhammer 40K. Yeah. Got to do it. Which is cool, man. Now that it's on console, like I've been wanting a Total War game for a long time. I'm hoping that it just opens the floodgates, man. Like I would love a almost Age of Empires-esque one with like real history kind of, civilizations or Lord of the Rings or whatever. Like hope the floodgates are open.
Play Total War. Well, I don't know if you can get to run on that laptop, but because
I might be able to. There's also there's also just a level same thing of like I kind of just want to play it on console.
Well, Total War. So keep in mind, Dawn of War and Total War are different. Total War it's Total War-esque, this Dawn of War, but Total War is Warhammer Fantasy, which is like if you're looking for Warhammer, Lord of the Rings, but Warhammer, that's Warhammer Fantasy. So that's where you get like Vermintide, Chaos Bane, stuff like that. That where you're like the dwarf and stuff. That's Warhammer Fantasy. It's not technically connected, but it is kind of technically connected to like Warhammer 40K. It's not in any actual tangible way. Like the gods, the Chaos gods are the same, but really that's it.
Final Fantasy kind of thing.
They do reference one time in I want to say it's 40K they reference it. It's either 40K they reference it or it's War or Fantasy they reference it. They both have elves. One is space elves, and they pretty much the same archetype. Essentially, they like peer into past the veil and they see somebody from the other verse. So it's like, but it's not any. I think it's like a throwaway thing, just like a fun little hey, oh shit. But if you want Warhammer, like Lord of the Rings, Warhammer. That's fantasy. So if it tickles your fancy, the problem is they fucking refuse to drop the price on those games ever. Like I'm pretty sure Total War 2 probably costs like $60 and Total War 3 probably costs also $60.
Yeah, so I'll just wait for this new one.
Yeah.
I'll just wait. Cool. So just know that this next one is my number one, but because there technically isn't a release date, I'm just going to throw it out there. Judas. I know.
That's so dramatic.
Dude. If Judas doesn't come out this year, I'm going to be devastated.
It was the boom for me. The reverb on that one.
Yeah. The gong. The gong of the mountain temple.
My orangutan arms, I can't tell where they're at any given time, so
it worked out perfectly. All right.
I mean, Judas is Judas, man. It looks absolutely amazing. I am trying to go as dark as possible. I learned one thing from it, that if I'm sure if I sit here and think about it, I'll remember what it was, but I'm trying to erase even the one little. It wasn't even a spoiler. It was just like I don't want to know, dude. I don't want to know anything. Like I'm trying to go in as blind. Like when I first played Bioshock, I was like, "Oh, Bioshock! I've heard this game's good." Went in blind and whatever. Yeah, dude. If it doesn't come out this year, that's crazy. Like, guys,
I'm trying not to think about it because we don't know. Like if it's not in my brain, then it doesn't exist. So until they say something, I was gonna bring Judas up eventually for this list, but the fact that the release date doesn't, there's so nebulous. Like we don't even know if it's coming out this year. I'm like, I need to keep my expectations at its lowest and just not dwell on it all the time.
Dude, it's. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's yeah. What's your next game? Because that's how I feel.
Something that is probably more likely to come out this year. Control Resonant. That one is. I need it in my veins. That trailer was everything that I needed for that show. There were rumors that it was going to be shown, or there were rumors of that name out there, Control Resonant, and the fact that it actually did show up and that trailer was as good as it was and teased just enough. Yeah, I can't wait to figure out, or maybe not figure out, but hopefully somewhat understand what's going on in that game. Really has me pumped.
Dude, straight up one of the best trailers I've ever seen. That trailer is incredible, dude. Like, there's something, dude, there's something about, like, like the creepy, like, female orchestra singing or choir singing while it shows the front doors of the oldest house and the city's empty. It makes it so ominous. Like, dude, you're looking at downtown New York and it's just bodies, ripped open doors, and if you played Control 1, like, Ati ain't cleaning this one up, dog. This is all bad. Like, we have lost control, literally.
Don't sell Ati short, man. He's a hard worker. You have to put in that OT.
Speaking of, I can't wait for you to get to it. There's a thing in Alan Wake 2 where it's like there's basically like literally a short film that's in the game that you can totally miss. You don't got to watch it. And the actor who plays Ati shows up. Dude, that short made me afraid of Ati. Like, seeing that actor, it immediately is like, Ati is not human, dude. He has a crazy presence to him that is just like, oh god. But yeah, Control. Just the tombstone, boom, wake up, or whatever it says, rise and shine.
Rise and shine,
sick. So sick.
Seeing the hiss and the molded interacting with each other is going to be interesting.
Oh yeah. Are the molded the darkness? Wait, what is the molded?
The molded are the enemies that you see like underground in the weird area of the Bureau. It's later in the game, but
there's you have to replay it.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta replatinum it. Yeah, Control was also. I mean, I'm going back and forth between excusing Judas, but I'm neck and neck with Control in another game of like I'm just juiced to the gills, dude. My gills are just raging for both of these games so bad. Yep. Good pick. What about you, Adrian? Next.
I was going to do Control, but since Vaughn did Control, and obviously we're excited for Control, I will throw in one of my little honorable mentions. Bloodstained 2, Scarlet Engagement. So obviously, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night was by the same guy who did Castlevania. I played it, absolutely loved it. I talked about it briefly before. I got like the kind of bumpkiss ending, but it plays like Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. So like as you're killing enemies, there's a percentage chance that they drop their soul, and that their soul will give you like a new ability. Generally speaking, like traversal abilities and stuff like that are reserved for bosses, but like there's just all kinds of cool stuff that those games let you do when you get the abilities, and like there are some that are like blatantly obvious, and then there are some that are like, what the hell? Because there's like there's abilities that let you essentially do like martial arts moves, like kicks and flying knees and stuff like that. And so like you can actually pick like brass knuckles or like a martial arts clothes or something like that, and it changes your entire move set, and then you can pick different abilities that increase that. So it's like it's not made to be like a traditional RPG in that sense. I'm not going to say it's got like super crazy depth to it, but that's the thing. The game itself is so simple. Those little simple variations in build and just doing stuff like finding new fun ways to play those games. I highly enjoy those games. So like there's times where I just go around throwing like skeleton bones at people, but then there's other times where it's like, summon a giant flaming skull and fire laser beams. It's like, there's just something about that where it's like, because I'm a completionist, so I like to complete it, and it's like, so I'm farming for all the souls, and then it's like, yeah, you got the laser skull soul. I'm like, I don't know why this came out of this humble floating skull, but I'll take it. So yeah, no, I'm pumped for that. Those games are a lot of these games I'm realizing are that I see it's like they're comfort games almost, and I am down for that. I want 2026 to be a good year, so it needs to be the year of games that make me want to have fun instead of rip out portions of my scalp. But there are some more of those games on my honorable mentions because I hate myself.
All right, Vaughn, what's your next one?
It's you.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Oh, is it me? Oh, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so Control was also mine as well. And the other game that I'm neck and neck with is Wolverine.
That was on my list too.
I'm ecstatic for Wolverine. I actually think I might be setting myself up for failure with how hype I am for it. I'm not gonna lie, my expectations for it are like way too high. In my mind, and I don't even care. I really don't even care. I expect you to beat this. Like, this game to me, what I want it to be is like the Batman Arkham Asylum for Wolverine. Get me into the lore, get me into the characters, get me all the costumes. I want to know who the villains are. I want to be like entrenched in the Wolverine lore. I want all of that so bad. And I know it's going to feel good. I know it's going to play good. I know it's going to look amazing. So like, and I like Wolverine as is. I guess I'm expecting like an Arkham Knight level of fun. I want to play this. I just want to have fun with this. I just want to load in and be Wolverine every year at some point, just like I do with Batman. Like, I have outrageous expectations for this game just because, dude, Wolverine Origins is such a fun game. Like that one from the 360, was it on PS3? I think it was.
Yeah. 360
PS3 era, and it's like the idea of that getting a full-blown blank check Sony Insomniac treatment. Yeah, my expectations are high for that. Like, I am ecstatic for Wolverine. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that.
I'm not letting myself get excited for it. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't be hyped. I don't know. Not a lot of good superhero games, and I don't think Spider-Man was bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't know. I can't be overly hyped, but I am 1,000% open to being proven that my lack of hype was wrong.
I'm in between the both of you in terms of my hype. Like, I don't want to be disappointed, so I'm not jumping in to that deep end like you are, but I'm also very excited because Wolverine is in probably one of my top 5 favorite superheroes. So I am excited to play as that character again. I just hope it's not basic, for lack of a better term. I hope there's some depth to that combat.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Beyond basic combos, like I hope you can like do some pretty crazy stuff, and you're not dealing with just 2 to 3 enemies at any given time. Like you're giving me enough people to be coated in blood and like coming out like hurting, but still just recovering just as fast. Like that'd be super sick.
It's funny because at least for me, I would be a little more disappointed if it was in the realm of mobs like God of War. In my mind, what I'm hoping is that it's like Last of Us. It's like 5 really good fights in a taking them through a wall and stabbing them up under the chin, and this dude hits you, and then you have to start dogging this guy. And I'd prefer it to be more of a Logan-esque fight opposed to, as much as I love Wolverine Origins is that, like, and they showed in the trailer, like, he is obliterating people. It is profoundly graphic. And I just hope it leans more into being that opposed to I'm swinging my claws in a group of people and a combo meter is rising. Like, that would be
my
cool.
only thing for you. I feel like that you might want to kind of prepare yourself for not anything crazy, I wouldn't say, but it's like it's hard to make a game. They have to find a balance because Logan-esque, it's like Wolverine really does rip and tear. Like in any of the comics, obviously, like even movies, it's like 5 dudes is not fighting him. Like for the sake of like Logan, they did it, and they had, reasons why he was weaker and they were using all kinds of stuff, but it's like a fully healthy Wolverine murders like 20 people within
5 is maybe a bad
I'm
number,
just saying,
but
prepare yourself for like an arcadey, some element of it's like it's not going to be all one shots. It's going to be.
And I'm going just primarily based off of what that trailer showed.
And that's what I was going to say. It's like I feel like the trailer might have like kind of, for lack of a better term, like skip to the good part. So like in the actual gameplay, there might be more damage needing to be done before you get to that eviscerating part. Whereas like in the trailers, essentially if they just dial down the health of the enemies and then play that for like the trailers, it will essentially make it look like you're just shredding them. But when it gets to the actual game and those health values are higher, you'll have to weaken them down before you can start doing that shit.
Yeah, because they do show like a split second where he's fighting a dude here in an alleyway and he turns around and flies and Superman punches a guy behind. Almost a Batman kind of thing. And I'm totally, I guess a better way to phrase it would be like a mixture of that inevitable kind of Batman combat with the cinematic kind of weight
nature
of something of like Last of Us, because they unfortunately in the little bits of leaked gameplay that I did see, because I tried not to watch it as much as I could, but it was showing him like hook a dude in the chest and they're fighting in the bar and he's literally taking him through the walls into another room, and it's like, oh, you're gone, you're dead. No, you're good. Because they were just in that leak gameplay or whatever, it's just like he's taking him through walls, and like even in the trailer he hits a dude into like a fruit like market kind of thing and it all gets destroyed and stuff. It's like, I just love the physicality, and it's like if you're gonna do Wolverine, it can't just be I'm clawing you and you're glitching through the wall. It's like, no, he needs to hit the wall and it needs to feel
right. It needs to feel visceral. It needs to feel like a fight, like a knockdown, drag out fight, like he is in when he gets into any of his fights. It's a super mutant brawl, but it is a very much like a bar brawl,
dude. Yes, exactly, dude. And that would be because it keeps coming up with like, how are they going to do the difficulty with him being, effectively immortal?
Yeah,
that would be. I mean, you're going to be able to die in the game. I mean, I can't imagine not.
Yeah,
I think it would be sick though to like what you're saying is if the fights really were almost Bloodborne-esque, where it's like a scrap of hit, get hit, and like by the end of every fight, he is just eviscerated, cheeks hanging off, and you're like, God, you gotta roll your shoulder back in. Like,
Well,
that
would just
make up for the lore of it. You know, it's just like, it looks cool, dude. Like,
not only a 100, and I'm totally fine with having a depleting health bar, and then once it reaches 0, I lose. Like that's fine. It's a video game.
That's fair.
But it's I that would be cool if they did stuff like that with him, where he is actively regenerating. Like have a dude hit you with a flamethrower, kill him, and then it's like it's his skeleton, and just slowly his skin reforms itself into like an actual, he reforms in real time because he heals that quickly. It's not like it takes time.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like Deadpool or something where it's like it'll take time for his arm to grow back. It's like Logan will just regenerate. They have the same DNA. It'll just come right back. Which is
interesting now that we're talking about it. Like a rally system would work perfect for him. Like from Bloodborne, where you're getting hit and it's like, okay, your cheeks are opening, your chest is opening, but then you get a perfect dodge and get those hits back, and he just starts rapidly regenerating, and you're building up rage to, and like that's more the pace. Is don't let your health hit 0. You gotta stay almost like a rhythm in the fight.
I'd probably put money on that. There's going to be some sort of rage meter.
Guaranteed.
How can you not get excited?
It's built into his character. It's how they're going to implement that, because you could easily just have a meter build up and then you hit both sticks like Kratos and you're just this super Wolverine. But if they somehow integrate it into the combat where, like you said, like you're countering or you're dodging or you're like getting critical hits and then it's like boosting his adrenaline or something, and then
so it's just his berserker rage. Yeah. Berserker rage. That's like a whole big part of it. Like they show it in like the movies, but you don't really know what it is because he doesn't scream it out loud. But like that's a core component of his character is the berserker rage, and he's been always on some
wild
absolute
animal.
Dude. The second anytime he loses his shit like that in any of the comics, I love it. Which I'm not a huge Wolverine fan. I guess I should say he's not in like my top 5, but I do love him in those, especially in like the X-Men, where it's like, you know, whether he be getting caught or he finds out about something, and it's like, oh shit, he shows up into the door and he just looks rabid and crazy as hell, and everybody's like, oh dude, this is about to be very unpleasant. So
when his claws are as long that they're so long they look like hooks, there's a problem.
Yeah, he is freaking out. He is very bad.
Yeah, dude, and it's cool just to get, which I know that there's a lot of talk about, like Insomniac kind of being stuck in a Marvel kind of box, but like this going hard rated M, like that trailer is hyper violent. Like that is one of the most violent things I've seen, and it's like, graphics are crazy, so it's like, dang, that really looked like he just stabbed a dude up under the chin with knives. Like, ugh. So it feels like, I don't know. Insomniac is such a good studio, and Spider-Man fits them, and Ratchet and Clank. Even though Resistance, I think like all the Resistances are rated M, aren't they? Or at least number 3 is, I think for sure.
The later ones got more.
Yeah,
I don't want to say violent, but they got a rougher rating. Yeah,
yeah. I'm interested in what a modern rated M Insomniac is looking like.
Yeah,
I think it could be really, really special. I am jazzed for it.
It's hard to top Divinity's just grossness and
Jesus
grotesque factor, but
I'm never gonna get over that trailer.
That was super uncalled for. Like,
I mean, I'm no prude, but they could have gave somebody a warning or something at the Game Awards. Once again, obviously my kids were watching, but like I'd be pissed. You know,
dude,
I used to watch E3 with my stepdad all the time. It's like if that would have came on, I would have been like, oh my god. It's like throw it up in the pig's face and mouth, having an orgy, people getting their skin ripped off and lit on fire. I'm like, oh my god.
Dude, it literally 5 minutes before and after that trailer, it was Miss Piggy and the Muppets. It's like, what is the vibe here? I can't get a read on this.
A parental advisory or something, please. Let the people know. That was wild.
But yeah, for me, that's pretty much my main ones, and then I have some honorable mentions. I could just rapid throw mine out. And like, did you guys have any other like main ones?
No. Yeah,
Go ahead. Go with your last main one, and then we can rapid fire out our honorable mentions, and we'll just move on to the next topic.
No, I was gonna say Neo 3. Hope for Neo 3.
Yeah.
Neo 3.
Dude. Yeah, that's on my honorable mentions.
Yeah, I mean that's I guess I wouldn't. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on that one. I guess I'm up in the air on it. I want to be really excited about it. I really, really liked Neo 1. I liked Neo 2 a lot as well, but like I felt like towards the end of Neo 2, it was kind of running its course with me.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd have to see. I Neo 3 is going to have to be one I'm going to have to definitely look at before I commit to it. Because I very much felt myself kind of like, okay, we almost done here.
I'll send you this video. I don't know if you ever watch. Have you ever watched ACG on YouTube? Have you ever watched ACG? No. I forget what that acronym stands for. He's pretty cool though, man. That dude's real smart, and he buys his own games. Like he's very neutral on things. Not biased, but he did like a pretty big deep dive on Neo 3, and it is kind of, in a sense, they're going with a very Elden Ring-esque structure as far as the world goes. Like, you're finding ashes of war, ninja scrolls, or whatever, and you fight bosses and blah blah blah, that whole thing. But the main gimmick of it is that you have samurai mode and ninja mode that you're flicking on the trigger on a moment's notice. You're transforming, and when you're in samurai mode, it is straight up Sekiro. Like, ping ping, you literally have a Sekiro parry. And then when you're in ninja mode, you have a perfect dodge mechanic. And when you land those perfect dodges, it recharges your ninjutsus for fireballs and ninja stars. And you're flipping between those. And at least for me, that is infinitely more interesting than the stance system. Like the stance system is still there with the samurai form. Like, you still have that, which is, Neo. But having it be more tailored towards aggression with perfect dodges and recharging it's like, that just seems way more fun to me. And dude, like, they really stepped it up in the art department in that game, because I always had like an issue with Neo where I'm like, the monsters look cool but the environments look lame, and now it's like everything just looks straight up crazy. Like, it's basically the eclipse from Berserk has happened is what it looks like. But yeah, I check it out, because
I'm keeping my eye on it for sure. It was one of those ones where I didn't know how I wanted to feel about it. It's like I want to be excited about it, but like I said, the feeling as I approached the end of 2 was kind of like,
you don't want to grind forever?
Yeah, has this game been relegated to a game I will buy when it goes on sale, or is it, really something I feel like spending money on?
Right.
The loot grind is the part that's pushing me away from that game. But I'm in a unique position where I platinumed Rise of the Ronin, so that also has just Borderlands-y type loot drops where it's just exploding out of people. So dealing with that for, I don't know, 50, 60 hours that it took, it's just like 30% of that game I'm like min-maxing, like, okay, this one's better. I guess I'll put all of these into junk and then sell them, and then 5 minutes later, I have just as much, maybe even more, from fighting another group of people. So it's like, if I could tone that down, or if it's toned down more in 3, then it would potentially sell me more. But
yeah, that's fair. They're almost like, dude, I would love, because that is the worst part of the looter games, is all right, let me look through everything, and it's like, this is technically looter, and it's like that, you're just, at least to me, it's like it breaks up the flow.
Yeah.
It would be cool to be able to like type into the game like, hey, I'm looking for this, and if it is this, put it on me. Just insta put it on me. Discard anything that does not have these words in it. I don't care about them anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I'm making a fire build. Don't even drop lightning stuff. Just delete it instantly. Yeah, one of my honorable mentions, which is, I mean, it was pretty close to being on the list, but I haven't really played these, so I don't have too much of an opinion, even though it does look awesome, and that is the new Onimusha.
Yep.
I have that on there as well.
Yep.
They're saying all the right things, man. I was a little worried for a second. I'm like, I don't want Capcom to make a Souls game. I was like, please don't do this. And I guess it's not. Like no, it's Onimusha, which from what I understand is basically Resident Evil with swords.
Yep.
Sick. That's awesome. Love that. Love that. Love that. I wish there were more games that would do like the Resident Evil style. Like I don't know why they don't. Honestly, it's such a fun and addicting loop to be in a little quarantined area and I gotta unlock the lobby and go over here. And like I think it's fun. I'll just list mine out real quick just to get through them. Lego Batman looks awesome. Can't wait. We said Neo. That game Replaced finally has a release date. You might have to look it up. It looks super sick, dude. I don't really know how to explain it. It's like a 2D cyberpunky looking kind of thing, but dude, it just the animations and the style are just absolutely incredible. It's only on Xbox and Steam, but if it's on Xbox, that means it'll be in PlayStation by the end of the year. So as long as it's coming out, that's all that really matters. And then the last one, and it is the dead last because I'll believe it when I see it, but I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I don't have an eye on it. Crimson Desert. If that game is real, awesome. But I right now don't believe it's real. It's just crazy, man, because so many people have went and actually played it and are like, dude, this is real. And I'm like, are you an op? Are you one of them? Are you lying to me? Like, person I've been watching for 10 plus years, are you lying to me? Because how that game is, every game ever, all at once, is beyond me. I don't understand.
Is that a Chinese developer? Yeah. I mean, they haven't. They've proven their expertise in both beautiful and gameplay competent actions.
Yeah.
So
what's like, I know that everybody is kind of tripping about it being like Breath of the Wild, and then it's got a Red Dead vibe, and then you're parkouring like Assassin's Creed and riding dragons and doing all this stuff, and like the physics are all in there. I think what kind of tripped me out is finding out the way that the combat operated. And if this really is how this works, dude, I don't know, man. It does seem like a game that could blow up enormously, like out of nowhere. But I was looking at the combat as though it was like kind of Final Fantasy-esque, or Devil May Cry or something like that. But it apparently plays like a fighting game where you have little combos that can all be interrupted and strung into others. So like he's like 1, 2, leg sweep into a grapple to pick him back up and slam him back down, and then body slam him back this way and like grab his homie and throw his homie on him. It's like, dude, what? What is this? I'm all about all that. That sounds absolutely sick. But that game's not real, so whatever. What's your guys' honorable mentions? Let's go, Vaughn.
I have 3 more. I'll just run through them. It's Soros. Super excited for that. Phantom Blade Zero. Super excited for that. And then Resident Evil 9. Or Resident Evil Requiem.
I was going to say, I was wondering, I was like, I have Requiem as one of mine. I was like, is no one else excited for Requiem?
Oh, no, yeah, I am. For sure.
It's just one of those, like, I was sold on that regardless, so it's not really something I need to bring up on a top 5.
No brainer.
It's like, I pre-ordered it before they announced it.
Yeah, right.
To think I wasn't going to play that, some people should be shocked.
Right.
That's it.
All right, and I guess I'll just finish mine up because you said Onimusha, which is another one of my honorable mentions, and then Vaughn just said Requiem. So the only 2 I have left is Slay the Spire 2. As I said, I was going to get around to games that were going to make me hate myself. And Slay the Spire most certainly is that. Obviously, RNG deck building, roguelike tower card game, whatever you want to call it. Super fun. Really enjoyed the first one. Joey actually just bought the board game. Apparently, there's a board game, and you guys can all, it's like everybody can play at once. I'm definitely interested in seeing what that's about. But yeah, Slay the Spire 2 is supposed to come out. I love Slay the Spire. I am brutally addicted to card games. I cannot buy them in real life because they will just continue to drain me of funds I do not have. Whereas if I buy a game that has all the cards in the game already, I no longer have to buy any decks or anything like that. I can just play the game, and it keeps me from making very poor decisions. And the last one, which is an oddball, but it's more just because I just want to see it. Duskbloods or whatever. I don't have a Switch.
Oh, yeah.
I'm probably not going to get a Switch, but I am interested in seeing that game. I'd very much like to see people play that game. I'd very much like to see the lore of that game. I would like to engage. I mean, I technically would like to engage in the gameplay, but I'm not willing to buy a Switch for that. So I am excited to engage with everything that pertains to that game outside of actual gameplay itself. So that is, I talk about how I watch lore videos and stuff like that all the time. I'm totally down for that. I'm totally down for all my
guy turned T-Rex.
Right, all my favorite lore boys coming out and giving me at least a solid few more months worth of content.
Dude, don't shake your head at me. Miyazaki, and we're in sync. All right, he likes wolves and dragons and dinosaurs.
I mean, you found your guy, so I'm happy that he's there. I'm so happy he's giving you your fix.
Dude,
I love that you. Seen. I love that you love things. It's just like the one thing you bring up about Duskbloods is T-Rex. It's like, okay, yeah.
Yep. I love your consistency.
Yeah, if I ever need to get you a gift that isn't a video game, I know exactly the 3 things I can get you.
I'm a simple man, dude.
I'm absolutely getting you one of those shirts from that rack at Spencer's too. The furry rack.
Furry.
Keep the furry suit on.
But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I'm happy because everybody kind of filled in the blanks on my list. The Warhammer hits kept coming, so those were going to be 3 of my top 5 guaranteed. So, my only regret is that there wasn't more Warhammer games to put on.
I know, right? On Duskbloods minus dinosaurs. What's cool about that game is I feel like what it is a game dedicated to the Covenant system from Dark Souls. Like, it's a game structured around that as a multiplayer. Because the Covenant system, I feel like, never really got fleshed out. And from what I understand with this, it's the Duskbloods are different bloodlines that are all connected in some way or another, like, story-wise. And so you're running out there and maybe the vampire and the ghost people or whatever got beef, but you have an alliance with another style of player. So maybe you two team up, but now a boss just dropped in that is a threat to everybody. And it's like, how do you play all those out? And are you hitting the bounty over here? You know, it does sound really, really unique and cool in a way that doesn't really seem to have been done before, like a mix of Tarkov and Dark Souls Covenant systems. That seems unique. It seems really, really cool.
If they do eventually get me on it, I'll figure out a way to stream it, and we can all kind of experience it together.
Dude. Yeah, I'll watch you for that mess out of that for sure. Plus that cool little mouse at the end of the trailer. He looks cool. I guess Miyazaki said, like, he was, while designing that character, he's like trying to make a Nintendo mascot. So it's like he'll probably end up in Smash Brothers and stuff, which is just really cool. Shout out to Miyazaki, man. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to hot button topic. Hold on to your britches. I think, gun to my head, I would take a Sekiro 2 over a Bloodborne 2. Changed my mind.
I don't think so much it's a like change your mind type of thing, so much as I don't know. I feel like there's too much variation in the, like, me personally, I would say Bloodborne 2. But that's simply because, well, I mean, there's a handful of reasons. I can't say simply because there's a lot. There's just like a lot more you can do in Bloodborne. I enjoy the variety of weapons and like even like the variety of play styles. I watch a lot of challenge runs and stuff, and it's like there's play styles I didn't really like doing the whole like cosmic entity, magic build essentially. It's like, oh, this
Super
game
powerful.
it's got so much. There's so much more in that game. I feel like to give me replay value, and I'm interested in doing. Where it's like, Sekiro kind of was like once you more or less master the parry system, you really don't have to do anything else. Like there's nothing that made me really want. And I talked about this I think before we brought up Sekiro in a old another episode. But yeah, it's like once I mastered the parry system, I wasn't interested in any of the other shit in that game. And there was a bunch of it. But like ultimately at the end of the day, I felt like there was no reason for me to engage with the rest of that stuff. I feel like it was adding extra layers that were just unnecessary. Whereas like Bloodborne or, games like getting a weapon that does set damage and it's like an actual weapon and not like a gimmick type of thing made me much more inclined to experiment in that game. So I don't know. If you really like the Sekiro combat, I get it, but I feel like that would be more of a draw for you ultimately. But
go ahead, Vaughn.
I'm also in the Bloodborne 2 camp because I absolutely adore that game. That's still probably number one From game for me. I mean, I bought the wrong shoulder. I'm an idiot. The Bloodborne board game right there. So, like, I have an obsession that is unhealthy. But, yeah, on Case 3, our Halloween episode, talked about a Frankenstein-based mashup for that game. And it just, by the way of release, From Software kind of builds upon their previous titles. So, if you just give me a jump and a grapple in a Bloodborne 2, that would open up so many different avenues for traversal in that game, which it desperately needs because it does still fall in line with older From games where you can't. There's a jump, but it's rarely utilized. And
you're running and pressing the stick in,
right? And it's to get to secrets. It's not really to. You can use it to evade combat, but who's jumping in Bloodborne to evade combat? You're tanking it or you're dodging it. So to give me a jump, maybe give me a jump and then a mid-air dodge. Like if you're doing that crazy type of shit, that'd be insane. Or like grappling up on top of an enemy and then he knows you're about to grapple and you can maybe cancel the grapple and dodge mid-air. Like I know that's like Devil May Cry type stuff, but if you're giving me that,
that's what From needs.
Yeah, if you're giving me that and maybe giving me additionally some Sekiro counters and meter build up in the sense of like how the blood or the beast pellet built up and then I can unleash some sort of special attack, that'd be fucking rad. Or introduce some Lies of P element to the trick weapon system where you could use, I'm just like, for example, the cane. Like I could change it into the whip, but what if I break that apart and put the whip on an axe and then I have like a whip with an axe at the end and I can do similar things to just the whip, but with elements of the axe as well. So you could do some crazy stuff with the trick weapon system mixed with the Lies of P interchangeability where you're bringing maybe not a full arsenal from a like A and A piece, but you're mixing an A and B piece and you have slightly maybe weaker elements from the A to A, but it's still unique enough that it feels like your own creation. So you could have so many different mixing and matching of pieces for any given combat encounter. Whereas I'm not a game designer, so they could do some insanely new creative thing for a Sekiro 2, but it came out like 4 years after Bloodborne. So it already had the newest, greatest stuff compared to that. So I just think the potential for a Bloodborne 2 to build upon Sekiro and Elden Ring and maybe not Armored Core, but like you could do some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Why not Armored Core?
I mean, you let me stab into a giant beast's head and then control the beast by myself. There you go.
I mean, I'll take a mech suit made out of like, I don't know. Make it let me transform into like, let me transform into some kind of abomination and pilot it like a mech suit.
You climb up a building as that thing.
You mean like a beast claw transformation? Is that what you're talking about?
All right, I'll see you guys later.
You guys want Bloodborne too? You're creating this monster.
Sekiro would be too pretty sweet if I had like some kind of transformations, like zodiac animals,
Sekirosaurus. It's all for love. It's all for love.
So I just want to disclaimer: Bloodborne has a cooler world than Sekiro. It has a cooler art style. It has cooler, I would say, almost everything. Bloodborne is a masterpiece of creativity. I don't think there is a game to this day that has that game is almost like fourth wall breaking in how cool it is. Like, even when I see glitches, I'm like, it's the Amidala messing with my head. Like, I just have lore. Everything is canon in that game, no matter what, glitches or not. The reason I say Sekiro over Bloodborne isn't that I per se think it's like Sekiro is better than Bloodborne. It's Sekiro is single player only. And because of that structure, they were able to get the Divine Dragon-esque fight. They were able to get the monkey to get back up multiple times on you and break the rules of everything. It's able to mess with you in a unique kind of way that Bloodborne and Elden Ring just can't, because it has to be within that structure of multiplayer. The story also leaves off on a big cliffhanger if you get the true ending. That seems super sick. Like, if you were to continue on and you're trying to find where the Divine Dragon came from, which I think it's supposed to be like Korea or something, and you now have the blade that cuts into hell, and you have a demonic version of Sekiro, which Sekiro stayed for the most part pretty grounded, outside of some weird stuff here and there, a couple ghosts and big creepy fish or whatever. But having like a dual world or something along those lines, and dude, there's just the design of Sekiro it's almost like, it almost doesn't make sense. It's almost like old school design, extremely modernized in an era that it shouldn't be in, I guess. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Like you're saying, like, once you figure out the parry system, that is effectively the game. But it's like the fact that game isn't really giving you options. It's like, you're gonna play this way. It's like a Ninja Gaiden game to a sense.
It reminds me of Tenchu.
Yeah, it's like,
it reminds me of like a fast-paced Tenchu.
Plus, with Bloodborne, to me, Bloodborne is so conceptually complete, story-wise and everything, that it's like, and I've said it a trillion times, it's just, once that twist happens, the cat's out of the bag. And not saying you can't extend with gameplay and do more cosmic horror. What?
I looked it up because I had a brain. Fucking From Software made Tenchu.
That's funny. That is like, I think my main hang up with Bloodborne is maybe Miyazaki hasn't went back to it for a reason. Like, I know that it's like Sony is kind of got it in a chokehold, but I cannot even, like, I know Miyazaki has come out and been like, hey man, it's on Sony at this point. I just find it a little hard to believe that those conversations haven't been had in the last 10 years. Like, it almost seems, I don't know, Bloodborne seems complete to me in a way that, like, BioShock Infinite. It's like, you're going to do another BioShock? Really? Where do you go from here? It's done. Like, once that twist happens, you're just kind of like, oh, it's the next one. It's like, okay, I mean, not saying they couldn't come up with something sick. I'm sure they absolutely could.
They did Dark Souls 3.
No, so everybody calm down.
But No, Dark Souls 3, but that's the thing with Dark Souls 3 is that completion. Dark Souls 4 would feel weird. Because 3 is like, dude, you're at the end of all time completely, like the world ended within the world is like, please pull the plug. I guess that's where I get hung up the most is just that twist, man. Like that twist of going from spooky witches in the moonlight and vampires to, is that a cosmic deity? Is just forever legendary. I'll take. Yeah, I think Sekiro makes.
Sekiro makes more sense. Sekiro did.
Sekiro
I've said that before. Sekiro set itself up for a sequel, genuinely. And I actually never thought about what you were saying before about the single player factor of it, kind of making it so that you can make it much more, exciting set pieces. Because even when FromSoft games do, like, just small stuff that is, set piece related, those moments are like something special. And Sekiro, like, they do a really good job with like the minimal amount they do, just like floors collapsing, like the what is it, the great whatever tree from 3 when it like breaks down the stage and falls. It's like, that's really cool. That's a really cool moment. But they have to, you are right, they have to do that within like they have to limit that experience so it can accommodate for when you bring a partner with you. Like, it can't be an individualized experience. It's got to be something that everybody can experience at the same time and it not fuck the game all up and make it weird. Whereas a completely single player game allows you to have super cool, unique set pieces. You're jumping and, catching lightning in the air and slinging it back at them. It's like, you really can't do that with a 2-person setup.
My retort to that is, who's to say they don't make a Sekiro 2 have online elements, or Bloodborne 2 to be only single player?
I could see Sekiro becoming multiplayer before Bloodborne becoming single player.
Yeah, I don't think that.
Yeah, I'm just.
I get what you. I get what you mean.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
I kind of thought about that, but I don't know. Maybe not even for the reasons we named, obviously, but I do feel like that Sekiro story is very like all the characters have names and identities and like stories. So I think that would be the only thing. I mean, it hasn't stopped other games in the past from doing it, from just like, it's Sekiro and then whoever comes in as player 2 is just like a generic ninja. It's like, I guess they could do that, but with that specific game, it's like it wouldn't make sense for just like a random person to show up. It would in Bloodborne, it would in Dark Souls, it would in Elden Ring, because you're the nameless whatever, you're generic, tarnished, or whatever, number 83. But Sekiro is Sekiro. He is himself and nobody else. It doesn't make any sense for there to be another one of him running around.
Yeah, him and Kuro. Like, I do think, though, with a Bloodborne sequel, in my mind, I don't want to say the only way to do it, but like what makes the most sense to me is something I would want to, I'd say like earlier in the timeline, when the city is still somewhat actually alive, but you're almost, you guys are playing as a form of hunter that are almost like the Rangers from Lord of the Rings. Like, it's a big open Yharnam. The people in the city have no idea that you guys, let's say 4-player co-op, are out here in a carriage, keeping the horrors at bay. And you're like sneaking into, we got to go into this building over here where some eldritch abomination is starting to rip out of a port. Like, you're trying to contain the situation. You're almost like an SCP Bloodborne. I think that could be super cool. And then, like you're saying, with like, there has to be mobility. And I think it would be really, really cool to lean into, like, because, like, dude, the hunters are horrifying. Like, they are scary. And lean into them being, connected with the cosmic stuff, or maybe this one's leaning more bestial. So, like, if you're cosmic, or if you're, how would you put this? Like, if you're cosmic, you can maybe use a tentacle to climb. If you're bestial, you're climbing like, an animal. Or if you're a hunter with like grapple hooks and you're using, more tools. Like that
More
could be super
mechanical.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would
they
be
set
super
that
fun.
up too in the game. I mean, like when you're grabbing the badges essentially represent sex of the the hunters. Like they have
Yeah.
very unique styles. All of them have very unique styles, and a lot of them, genuinely disagree with each other's methods. They think their
super
method
cool.
is the best, and so they don't really go out of their way to emphasize that, with the exception of like obviously you get the badge, so you get the weapons. So it's like you can kind of see them visually and mechanically through the weapons, but you don't interact with that. You don't interact with those factions as factions. You kind of just see the equipment they use, and then piece things together based on the lore you get with the items. So it would be cool to allow you to actually interact. Like, you're saying like all these hunters are psychotic. It would be cool to just see interfaction relationships and like essentially the different kind of person that you would run across by running across these factions. Like what kind of mentality does this group of people tend to have? Because you run across like you do run into some, but for the most part, they're just like dangerous hunter NPCs. They're not like active characters for the most part.
It's kind of like the difference between Father Gascoigne and the dude in the forest who's like a distinguished gentleman with a cane. It's like there'd be the guys that are like, hey, we actually have sympathy for them. We kind of did this, blah, blah, whatever. So, like, there is a person in there. Let's try to make it as painless as possible. And then there's, like, the old hunters who were, like, they were trying to make it as painful as possible. And they were trying to actually hurt people.
And then, like, when you're in Old Yarnum, there's, like, the powder guys. I forget what they're, like, the powder keggers or something like that. And they're all about, like, big guns and, like, blowing shit
super
up.
Cool.
Like,
yeah.
Right.
And they're like, hey, you need to leave the people alone kind of thing. Like that. I guess if you were to do a Bloodborne sequel, I guess I hadn't really gave it as much thought. Like, I guess it just has to be a prequel. I think that's maybe where the most interesting stuff, kind of with all of From Software stuff, is like, it's all the stuff that happened prior leading up that just has like the coolest lore. Elden Ring and whatnot, Dark Souls, whatever.
Yeah, the stuff that they assume you'll find lore-wise in the game, but not deep enough to really know 100% about what's going on. Yeah.
With that being said, though, sorry, go ahead.
But then you're still, the problem with prequels is you're hampered by the first game's lore and stuff, so you can't really go too far outside of that. You can retcon it in and stuff like that, but you're still bound in certain aspects to stay within these boundaries. So it has positives and negatives to it.
Yeah. I wonder, I guess I'd have to look. Does From Software own the rights to Sekiro? Or does Activision, which is now bought by Xbox?
I'll look it up real quick.
Because depending on how if like FromSoft owns the rights to Sekiro, I feel like it's more likely we'd get a Sekiro sequel. But if Microsoft owns it, I feel like there's a better chance of us getting a Bloodborne sequel.
They do own the IP.
FromSoft does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. They ball.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw a dark horse out there. Want a new Kingsfield game.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen any of those, but I'll take one of those. I'll take a new Kingsfield game, like, badass Skyrim. Obviously, none of the old Kingsfield games are anything representative of a badass Skyrim. But if they were to redo one of them, I feel like they could make that game fun.
They're probably... I don't know if this is also just my fanboyism for FromSoft. I do think that there is a lot of stuff cooking over there right now. Now that like Elden Ring blew up so much, like I really, and like even Night Rain feeling kind of like here, have some bread before dinner comes kind of situation. Like it's like an appetizer. It really wouldn't surprise me if they are brewing up like a new Kingsfield. I mean, they brought Armored Core back, and Armored Core is sick.
Kingsfield VR? Because that is
it's a first-person game, isn't it? Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be sick. And then, of course, I'm always hoping out for that Aztec bone god eagle guy game. That sounds so sick. Can you imagine FromSoft doing an Aztec game? That'd be gnarly. Or just Aztec games in general, dude. What an unexplored theme and vibe in games. Like, I think the only one that I can think of off the top of my head is like Blasphemous, which most people really wouldn't even know because it's got the Catholic aesthetic. So it's like, but yeah. How are we on time?
We
want to do this?
We're about 5 minutes away from 2 hours.
Yeah, let's do the next one. Was there anything else on Sekiro definitely being the definitive best From Software game over Bloodborne that you guys wanted to say? I know we all agreed on that unanimously.
I like Dark Souls 3.
I'll end this.
I love Dark Souls 3.
I'll end this bitch right now.
Dude, I literally don't have a favorite. Every day it
changes.
No. Every day it changes. Like, it always is like dark. If I had gun in my head, I'm probably gonna. My heart is like, I love Dark Souls 1. Like, that's my first love, kind of situation. But I'm always interplaying. But Bloodborne does have the absolute stank to it, though. It really do. It really do got the stank of all of them.
Just bring different From Software elements into that game, and it would fit and feel so good.
It would be incredible. It would probably be it has the best chance of being like the FromSoft game if they make a sequel.
And I wouldn't want them to just throw equivalent From Software things in there. Like, I would of course want them to integrate it and have it make sense. Like, I don't want to just pull a werewolf and be able to ride it like the horse in Elden Ring. As cool as that would be, to be like galloping through the streets on the back of a werewolf because you like have your knife in its neck and you can control it. Like, that'd be insane. But I would want there to be like a legit reason.
Yeah, I'm kind of really into this idea we were talking about of just it being effectively the city is being lost and all the factions are at war kind of with each other and how to handle the situation. Like, those dudes are brutalizing people over there, losing their minds over there, and then you have like a graceful ninja kind of group of hunters, and that'd be cool, man.
Seeing why they really hate each other, like what they were doing to really cause the tension between all of them, and then either partaking in it or like based on your actions, like you're doing this, so you're kind of making the group you're with kind of be like, whoa, you're leaning towards that side. What are you doing? And then you could either like go full blown, like, you're right, I'm gonna go over there and sabotage you guys, or like, you're right, I need to back off. I need to like compose myself. Like, doing that type of stuff would be cool.
See, this is what I'm saying. Now I'm like, Bloodborne. Now
like you said, Bloodborne 2 is the definitive choice, so we can move on now.
All right, so the next topic is favorite music in games. Just songs, original soundtracks, or even something as small as, like a menu sound, or like, for example, like a Resident Evil safe room. It's not like a full-on main theme, but so I'll just name off a few, and then you guys name off a few, and we just kind of bounce around. Dragon's Dogma 1 specifically has my heart and soul with its music. I don't know what it is with Dragon's Dogma 1. It makes me nostalgia for something I've never even lived. Like, it specifically, for some reason, makes me feel like I'm at my grandma Andrea's house when I'm a kid. Never played Dragon's Dogma there ever in my life. I don't know what it is. It literally makes me feel like I'm just little for some reason. I'm like, wow, this is good music right now. To make me, like, and it's specifically, like, the opening fishing village, for some reason, absolutely beautiful. When you go back there at the end of the game, and like everything is settled, there's like a different version, absolutely beautiful. When you're just roaming around the Everfall, kind of like the endlessly generated kind of rogue, like, well, it's not rogue like, but like endless generation area, that music, and then the Dark Arisen, Coils of Light, that song. Really, it's the first half of it, like the first beginning part with the creepy singing, but same thing, just something about the music in that game just, I don't know, man, it affects me in a weird way that I cannot wrap my mind around. Love that music. What about you guys? Adrian, talk music to me.
Dude, I am. So, honestly, I got all fucked up because I love the entire Castlevania soundtrack. Specifically Symphony of the Night, but like Bloody Tears is
It's the best song ever.
possibly my all-time favorite of all of them. But like to ask to pick the you could literally just slap the entire soundtrack on there, and for the most part, I could say every single one of those songs is an absolute banger. But then there's like some of the older songs because like I have I don't know, it's a playlist I found on Spotify on my PlayStation, but it's just like the best of Castlevania tracks, and there's like a lot of remasters and reworks and of different tracks over time, and some of those tracks are like the first time they appeared, or maybe even the only time they appeared is like in a OG Game Boy game or something like that, but then you get to hear them redone in a modern setting because musicians that are like game musicians, I guess, which are still 100% real musicians and composers. I guess sometimes they just get together and go, "Hey, what would be sweet if we made this song this song from 1989 absolutely slap?" And it's like, "Oh, they making a new Castlevania? No, I just want to see what I can do." It's like, fair enough, let's do it. And so like, there's a bunch of reworks like that on there. So to point out one specifically would be incredibly tough. The next, it would be that they're not in any particular order. BFG Division from Doom 2016. I like that more than Rip and Tear or any of the other songs that are on like that. That is another really good soundtrack overall, but BFG Division is probably, it's guaranteed my favorite song out of that.
Is that the one that it almost sounds like demons are screaming? It's
no,
like, dude,
no,
that's my favorite one. That was crazy.
Yeah, that's the one when you first get to hell. That's the one that plays in there.
One of my favorite shooter moments ever was first getting to hell in Doom 2016. So good, just because of that music. Crazy.
I love BFG Division. Another just kind of generalized soundtrack is actually Doom 93. I love it's like the like the original, like that's like the original Doom song, and it's like and then like you get like to other like some of them, and they actually like pixelize like Them Bones and stuff, like the song Them Bones. It's just fun stuff, and I've just always loved it's just plucky going along. This one I'm sure there are other bangers, but this is the song that sticks out in my head. Big Blue from F-Zero. It's just like the main theme. Dun, 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 dun. Yep. Oh, dude, I love that song. I don't know. It's just got the vibe. And then I will say, just because obviously there's a theme going with at least a couple of these. The entire Smash soundtrack, because it's all Nintendo songs and remixes Nintendo songs. If you ever want to find like an absolute, just a good gaming, playlist, I would recommend just grabbing just the Smash soundtrack, like a Smash Ultimate soundtrack. Or they have they just have a little something from everybody. They have a little something from everybody, and so it's like because like Metroid is really good like ambient music, like it has really really good ambient music, like it just like makes things they do a really good job of telling the environment or fleshing out the environment through their songs, but if then you'll turn and get Big Blue, and you're like bopping your head, you're like you're ready to go fast. And then I guess if I couldn't say it's a number one, but I can say probably one of the most influential soundtracks ever, the Halo theme.
Yeah.
The Halo theme. Just hands down, probably
Good.
one of the most recognizable of all tracks. I could go over menu sounds and stuff all day. I'll be here forever. But yeah, that is
for what it's worth. I still have a lot. I still
Oh,
have a lot of stuff. So
I'm sure you have I'm sure
Yeah.
there's a big list. I was trying to be somewhat mindful of it because there's just like the menu sounds from the original Onimusha kind of sounds like, I don't know, like metal clanking. I don't really know
yeah,
the best way
That's a
to
good
describe that. I think there's almost just too many. And then there's also like the element of it, like I'm trying to keep it to stuff that like I would kind of listen to. As weird as that might sound to some people, it's like I wouldn't mind listening to like BFG Division, Bloody Tears, and Big Blue are in like my regular playlist. I just like those songs.
right.
So like a lot of people are like, oh, you'd listen to those. So I was kind of trying to relegate it to that just for, you just kind of narrow it down for myself, because then it gets into the realm of like I could have named like Super Mario World, because hearing any Super Mario World theme song just brings me back. I mean, it's my all-time favorite game. Hearing those songs are just immediately going to slap me in the face with dopamine. No matter what I'm doing, no matter where I'm at, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, we're balling now. So, yeah, that's what I had. Like I said, I could definitely break down. I think you nailed it earlier, saying Resident Evil safe rooms.
That was on my list.
They're so good,
Yeah.
Unbelievably good.
Yeah, they do such a good job of lulling you into just not even, I can't say, I was gonna say lulling you into a false sense of security. I think there's only, what was it, Resident Evil, was it the Outbreak games that broke that cardinal rule and they could get in the safe rooms?
Yeah, that was the only one. Every other one is you're safe.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Oh dude, that was not cool. Super not cool.
Not safe room.
The music just, without even needing to tell you anything, you're in a place where you can't get hurt, and it kind of just eases the tension in your mind. You're not hearing a bunch of gurgling or flesh tearing or screaming or growling. It's just like, okay, yep, I'm gonna fall asleep here and hopefully never wake up again.
Yeah. Hopefully when this is over, the actual hero comes back, because I'm tired of this. I would like to. I'd love to wake back up and be like, what happened? Some blonde dude came over here, roundhouse kicking the shit out of everybody, and
kiss me on the forehead.
Right. Yeah. So it's over? Yeah, dude. He was here for like 2 hours and he just kind of wrapped the whole deal up. Oh, sweet. Thank you, God.
He just picked me up, put me in the item box, and I appeared outside the city.
Right. I'm okay with being a damsel in distress in this scenario, please.
On the topic of Resident Evil safe room music, 4 is my favorite one. It kind of has the same effect as Roundtable Hold in Elden Ring, where it's like there's this constant vibration that like soothes your head. It's just like like I don't know how else to explain it. It's just this is nice. This is real nice in here. But go ahead, Vaughn. I don't want to, because I have a bunch. So I can.
No, you can ramble them off. You started, so it makes sense.
Okay. Red Dead Redemption 1. There's this song right after you're on your way back to John's wife. It's called Compass. Legendary moment. I absolutely love that song. I still listen to that song. I kind of want to learn how to play it on guitar. Like it's so good. Red Dead 2. Right before the ending, when you're kind of going to resolve everything. A song called That's the Way It Is. Super good. Just really encapsulates the moment so well. Shout out to Arthur Morgan, the GOAT. There's another song on the soundtrack called Do Not Seek Absolution. Dog, that song is fire. Like, that song is hard as nails. Bioshock Infinite, Let the Circle Be Unbroken. It's such a great moment. I Absolutely love that. No Man's Sky soundtrack as a whole is just so vibey. It's just like perfect sci-fi. Kind of has that same. It almost has the Resident Evil safe room effect, where you're just like, I'm in space. I feel good right now. I'm vibing. Final Fantasy 16, pretty much as a whole, but really specifically the hub music and the Leviathan. God, the Leviathan soundtrack is so amazing. Shout out to Mad World from Gears of War 1.
I was wondering if anyone was going to bring that one up.
Yeah, dude, it's too iconic. This one's for Vaughn. The Fallout theme, I think, is amazing. I love the Fallout theme. I think it's like almost 80% of that game's charm. is the music alone.
I hear that theme all the time. It's when I'm taking a fucking shit.
Unless you're playing New Vegas, in which case the theme is obviously Big Iron, and then you just play that on loop. It's not, but it should be. Because if you're not
New Vegas,
you're not listening to a song about a big iron on your hip while carrying a big iron on your hip, you got it all wrong.
Next one, I think Witcher 3 has like some of the all-time best music ever, and very specifically Skellige. That music is like Skellige specifically. I think is on like Lord of the Rings type. Like, whoa, this is incredible. The song "The Choice" in The Last of Us is my favorite song on the whole all of Last of Us. Specifically plays after they get into that fight in the cabin in the first one, and they're riding all solemnly. But like, dude, sounds so good. Destiny 2 has incredible music. When I was in school for HVAC, I would literally just put that on and just do schoolwork to that. Super good. Transistor, incredible soundtrack. Yeah, incredible soundtrack, dude. Doom, say less. Doom.
That was on my list too.
Yeah, that's all you gotta know. The main menu music, this is super weird, but the main menu music of Assassin's Creed Valhalla is incredible. Absolutely incredible. It is such a weird vibe, but if you get the chance, just put that on and just listen to it. It is.
I'll piggyback off of that and say Assassin's Creed 3. That theme is really fucking good.
Yeah. Super, super good. Assassin's Creed in general always has really good music, honestly. Elden Ring, I brought up the Round Table Hold. The final fight, going from the main theme against Radagon to that crazy, I don't even know what you would call it, like symphony, where, at least in my mind, that's Marika singing while you're fighting the Elden Beast in the cosmos, like you're fighting creation itself. Like, oh my god. Dark Souls Gwen, pling plong plong. Dude, that's like my top 3 all-time gaming songs. And Majula. Majula's amazing music. Dark Souls 2, best Dark Souls game. Midir has probably the best boss music, maybe.
Yeah,
I'd have to really sit on it, but like
I would
that
agree
violin is just shredding, dude. Shadow of the Colossus, of course. I'm not crazy about Nintendo, obviously, but I would be lying if I didn't say I put on Zelda music every once in a while. And I'm just like, wow,
speaking of
Zelda's
that,
music is so good.
I took a note of it after we were talking about safe music. Specifically, I mean, it's a lot of it's good. The fairy fountain theme is like incredibly soothing. Like it's exactly kind of that same vibe where it's like you walk in and you get fully healed, and that's like I get in, the fairy fully heals me, and then she vanishes, and I still sit in like the hot spring for a little bit and just like, let me rest my weary bones. I'm not taking my tunic off for this.
And then Castlevania Symphony of the Night, very specifically just the song playing when Alucard storms the gates, man. That song is just so iconic. And then specifically the Rondo of Blood version of Bloody Tears, I think are just like, and then my last one, a little bit less known, but
Gran Turismo 7.
God.
Dude's probably in a Priest or something, but it's a lesser known game, but Death's Gambit has immaculate music, and specifically the hub. Like inside the hub music is, dude, it's so good. But yeah, that's my laundry list of music. It got a little out of control, and I actually had to restrain myself there for a while. I'm like, I can't name every game ever.
So yeah, so I don't interrupt Vaughn. I'm going to throw in two more that just Brandon said Destiny. It reminded me of the Cabal Stomp. If you listen to it, it's the theme song of the Cabal in Destiny 1, and it's one of my favorite just songs, like ambient songs when you're fighting them. And then Lift Together from Warframe.
Dude, yeah. That's such a good one.
It is. It's a song that they composed and had like the people working at the studio sing, and it's pretty much about, I mean, it's a planet full of indentured, like the entire planet is enslaved. And they're just pretty much singing about working so they can die, so their children can work some more, and pretty much them working is what keeps their planet from being just ravaged and destroyed, but they are eternally indentured servants as their children are after them. And it's a dope song, and as a wage slave, it hits close to home.
It's a slave hymn for sure.
Yeah, it's 100%. I mean, it literally is a slave planet. It's a slave hymn.
Remember when because we would play that and then the Hunt Showdown music when we were at Bellman's.
Yeah.
And our boss was like, guys, you cannot just be playing slave hymns while me and Adrian would just be digging holes in the rain to slave hymns.
Oh, but yeah, that does want to throw those in because I don't want to interrupt yours, but I wrote those down real quick. It's just I can't, it's just never gonna stop. I mean, it's a really good talking. I would absolutely love to talk about this. But
yeah, I can go on forever on this one.
Sure. What you got? What you got for us, Bob?
I'd like to eventually have a music-based episode and somehow figure out a way to actually have the music just playing in the background so everyone can hear what we're talking about. But I'll have to see if there's a way to do that without getting fucking copyright struck and everyone hating it. So
you know the moment you put a fucking Nintendo song on there, you've made us all liable for actual litigation.
I can't even put the Kill Bill like iconic zoom in noise without
really.
Oh yeah, we got struck
flagged for that.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's like 15 seconds, and it's just that. And I'm like, cool, awesome. I had a full list, and then it didn't save, so now I'm just going off the top of my head. You guys named a lot of them: Doom, Castlevania. I think Metroid Prime specifically. All the Metroid games have really good atmospheric music, but Metroid Prime, specifically the first one, really is just like, whew, this is heavy. Metroid Prime 4 does have similar atmospheric music. That's the highest praise for that game so far that I can give it. It sounds so good, and they put it at the very start of the game too, so they hooked me with that.
So they have solid music throughout, it just not like the desert traversal area?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is a crazy concept, but I guess
straight up.
I guess they didn't care enough to give you music in that. They wanted to charge you another $30 for a segment of the game that they're making you go through each and every part of the world, but
why are you like this?
Whatever. Nier 1 and Automata. And a caveat, I didn't pick specific songs for most of these. It was just as a whole, like, I liked them as a whole. So Nier, that series has amazing music. They created their own language for the first one and sang it in that. So it's like,
oh, that's wicked.
You went way farther than anyone else would ever do. And
you went Phil Collins far.
Oh, you went Phil Collins Tarzan far.
Right, dude. He's like, yeah, it's a movie about a monkey kid. He's like, I got you, Phil. You need to calm down. I see that look in your eye.
That one, I Automata is really good. Like that has some great music, but I would definitely start with the first one because every song in that game is different, and I can't even put into words the variations that they go through. So check out the first one for sure. What other ones? Last of Us as a whole, Gustavo is amazing on that guitar. It's hard to pick one from that series, both 1 and 2. They all just emotionally wreck me. Death Stranding 1 and 2. I know those are named songs, so not specifically made for that game, but ones Kojima picked that fit well into there. So they just, the ambiance, the isolation, it just fits in every scenario with every song that he picked for that game. Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth. That one, you can't really have the music in those without the first one. So by default, the original Final Fantasy VII music is amazing and iconic. But them taking that music and remixing it and fitting it into the different storyline with these and hitting you with that nostalgia, like, is that the theme to Aerith or is that the theme to Barrett? And it's just slightly different but has the same underlying tones. It's like, see what you did there, and you're pulling at my heartstrings. And then all of a sudden it busts into their main themes, each of their characters. I'm like, you knew what you were doing and you got me. So it is the same Nobu from the other one, so he knows what he's doing. He's a longtime veteran, so I knew that music was going to be good, but I didn't think it was going to be that good. So got my heart in there. The Resident Evil save room, I just have a playlist of every single save room music just playing when I'm working sometimes, so it hits me there. I liked Horizon's music, both 1 and 2.
I think 2 has really good music, like especially the ambient music when you're running around. I think it's very slept on.
Yeah, I probably picked 2
Beautiful.
over 1. I think they really stepped up their game with 2. What are some other ones? Spider-Man 2. I think Spider-Man 2 had some great hero-esque music. Not to stick with all first-party games, but they put their money behind it, and it shows.
Ludwig's theme from Bloodborne.
Yeah, Bloodborne has some.
They've got a lot of good ones, but I love Ludwig's theme.
I really like the when the Hunter's Dream catches on fire and the music changes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That music's crazy. That's a good one.
Most boss themes in that game really just like ramp up out of nowhere, and you're like, whoa, shit's getting real. And they don't even have to have the boss do anything different. They could just ramp up that music, and you're like, something bad is going to happen. I need to take care of this ASAP.
Dude, FromSoft especially, like, you want to really see how like intelligent that composer is over there. Like, I was watching like opera singers and like composers break down like Godric's music. Dog, it's insane. Like,
I remember you talking about it before.
It's so hard to I'm not even smart enough to really regurgitate it, but it's like these people are straight up not looking at the character, know nothing of the game. They're composers, and they're just like getting recommended, hey, listen to this. And based off the way they're listening to the music, they are describing the character literally. It's like, okay, there's a whole other world going on that I just straight up do not understand. Shout out to Marco Meatball, you're that guy. But yeah, no, that like what's the black dragon you fight in Elden Ring? And you have to like go into the dream with Thea. He's in the nightmare.
I'm terrible with names, so I can't. But I know.
Yeah, so same thing with that.
Screaming Bale. Is it Bale?
No, not Bale.
Oh
my god, there's Plasudasax, Lanisax, Fortisax.
Yeah, Fortisax.
Dude, it's just like a like in Pirates of the Caribbean when Davy Jones is on the organ, just shredding like crazy. They do an organ solo, but sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, Returnal. The organ reminded me.
Oh
yeah,
dude.
That was so cool. I love that game.
Oh, I do want to throw these out there. Hotline Miami 1 and 2, absolute stone cold, like some of the best in the game, flat out. Tekken, and also specifically Tekken 3, Tag, and 8. But
this is going to be the longest episode we've done so far. We're just on the roll now.
There's no way. There's no possible way. I'll cut us off because I have ideas to edit this one, and I cannot do that in less than 24 hours. So.
And then the Shadow of War main theme is really good too. But
Shadow of War had good stuff, yeah. In the same vein as Shadow of the Colossus, Last Guardian had some very emotional and gripping music. What's another one that I had in mind? Shit. What was it? Damn. Maybe I'll think of it.
Even just the sounds of going through menus in Resident Evil. God, that's such a good noise. Like the whoa, whoa, whoa. It's almost like that PS2 kind of noise.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Infinite. Oh, sorry about that.
I was gonna say same people, but I prefer the Dino Crisis menu sound.
Dino Crisis does have the superior sound in that. Ooh, Dino Crisis has it really good.
Yeah, it's like that computer almost. Yeah, I love their menu navigation sounds.
Oh, the Persona series, that's the one that I was thinking of. I know they beat it to death, but Persona 5 has fantastic, catchy, jazzy music.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That whole soundtrack is nothing but jazzy funk. The whole thing is just
You'll get me with some jazzy stuff.
Dude, if anybody's a fan of just some real fun jazz, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That was like the whole vibe.
I'll do two more and then I'm done. The Pokemon series, I think at least the original anime. I know that's not a game, but the original anime theme gets me every time. Gets me super emotional, especially because in Ash's last battle, like they play the original theme again while he's fighting. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking cry. And it's like Pikachu has got his ass beat, and then it goes into like a flashback of every Pokemon that Ash has ever had, like talking to Pikachu like, you need to get up, and then Pikachu fucking goes Super Saiyan, and then it's that and like, if you're gonna fucking play this music, I'm gonna cry. And then it's the original theme, like, I'm gonna die. It's so good.
It's kind of criminal that theme's never been in any of the games.
No.
Never, in not a single one of the games. It's like, it is hands down next to like Lavender Town, the spooky theme. It is hands down the most iconic theme, like related to Pokemon. Yeah. And it's never been in any of the games. Not a single one.
Is that for the Pokemon movie?
No, it was like the beginning of every like first season, first or second.
No. I'm talking about the scene you're talking about where Pikachu gets beat up, and I think I went in.
It's a similar scenario where like Ash is fighting the final Pokemon in the league fight. It happened only a handful of years ago. This is the end
of Ash's journey.
Yeah,
this is the end of the journey. Yeah. Like that's towards the beginning, kind of, but like this is like after Ash is like a Pokemon master. So he did it. He did the thing. He did the thing. He caught them all. He's the very best, like no one ever was.
Yeah, after like 15 or 20 years, this 13-year-old kid that somehow defied all time and space is finally becoming the Pokemon League champion.
Yeah. Dude, Pokemon taught me manipulation was real, because I liked Pokemon, but I wasn't heavily invested. I always liked Yu-Gi-Oh! And my mom was like, hey, you want to go see the Pokemon movie? And I'll be double dogged if I wasn't at the end of that movie like about to cry. When Mewtwo comes and is like, I think it's Mewtwo, right? Or Mew, he's dogging everybody.
Mewtwo and Mew.
And I thought everybody... Yeah, I thought everybody was gonna die. I remember leaving the movie like.
Yeah, all the clones are
I
fighting.
don't-
The clones are fighting their equivalent, and then Pikachu refuses to fight, so it's just getting the shit slapped out of it by the clone Pikachu.
Yeah.
And the evil Pikachu starts to cry because like he's just beating this pacifist opponent. I could go on an entire rant about how Ash is actually a superhuman because 100% he does some crazy shit. I just want to point out
There is a fan theory. Yep.
Mewtwo blocked his punch, dude. Is all I'm saying. And I know that sounds
know.
irrelevant, but a fucking Pokemon has no need to block a human's punch unless it's dangerous. Okay. They don't put up barriers unless it's in danger. Mewtwo thought Ash was gonna sleep him. Ash had enough force to hit a Pokemon and knock it clean the fuck out. Like Mewtwo, God tier Pokemon was like, I can't let that hit me. All this other shit, I'll risk it. That does not touch me. That haymaker was biblical.
Yeah, he was full force.
Yeah. Mewtwo was like, yeah, I can't let you hit me with that move. That is
your ass catch him. Whoa!
If that thing connects, we're all done, dude.
Even recover won't save me.
Yeah, that's it. I'm fighting Mew, the other, ancient godlike Pokemon, and going toe to toe. That young gentleman right there, he needs to stay far away from me.
That's so funny, dude.
And then I was going to say Mario 64, but Mario Sunshine has some beautiful music.
Fucking banger. Mario Sunshine's so good. I don't know why people really act like that game is not as good as it is. They're fucking wrong. That music is awesome.
That's it for me. For now.
Yeah, for now, I'm sure.
We're gonna have to do something music related at some point. I don't know what, but
It seems like honestly only YouTube cares. TikTok and Instagram don't care at all about music.
And I think and I'm not saying obviously we want to just give these people anything, but I feel like is it a copyright strike or are they just claiming the music? Because if they're claiming the monetization, I should say, because if they're claiming it, it's like you can fucking have it for
it depends. It depends on who claims it. Like the Kill Bill thing that we did, the owner of that music was like, "Hey, this is my music. You can still use it, but if you ever get monetized, we're taking some of that money." And other ones are like, "No, you can't. This video can't be out, and we're gonna fight you on it." So we haven't had any strikes.
We've animals.
Yeah. So we'll figure it out. We'll hopefully do that one day. It is in our queue to do that. We'll list every piece of music that we do reference. So,
it's on the mind for sure. Well, we did it.
Another
Redacted Party Chat.
Case in the books.
Case in the books. Case 12. If you watch this long, I love you deeply. I speak for all of us. Keep an eye out. We got more live streams coming, more content coming. It's all in the queue. It's all rolling. Comments.
Keeps worked out of our live streaming stuff, so for the most part. So I look forward to doing more. I had a lot of fun last time.
Yeah, super fun. Leave any suggestions. I can't even talk. For topics, games you want us to play, live stream, anything. Down for the get down, man. Just love games, love being here with everybody. Love talking with these guys. It's a great time every time. I guess you have a good one, and I'm sure I will talk to you guys shortly. It's been Brandon.
Adrian.
Have a good night, everybody. Take care. And socials will be directly to my...
Just say the lower right corner of the screen. You don't have to point or anything, just say lower right. Right, if you want to do those hand motions, you can, and summon a giant frog, but